Right.
Not the park.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's help the environment.
Yes. I understand.
Standoff.
So can we for today agree on a space of mutual sharing and understanding? It looks like you guys are going to stay. It looks like you guys are going to stay today, but look, let's do this. Let's be as loving as we started out. Let's be as forgiving as we started out. Now, the police are going to do whatever they're going to do, all right? But that we're not going to return anger for anger. I know the zoo is very angry at us right now. You know what? The last stage of every action of civil disobedience is reconciliation.
Yes.
So whatever we do, we're going to reconcile today.
Wait, hold on. Listen to Kevin.
Let me make one suggestion to you. I know where you're at. I'm upset, and I've been fighting for 25 years. But the mediation is going on. If you stay out here and don't accept what the police are suggesting, and put the spot about a third of the way
Steve Cohen
out there and let them park today, there will probably have to be a need to arrest people. I believe that will hurt the cause. It will not help the cause. It'll let the zoo say these are radical, uncompromising people. I think you've made your point today. You've won the battle. The war is going to be a while, and the war is being fought in the mediation. I would suggest win the battle today. Better to let them go back about a third of the way. Let it be. The protest has been successful. Don't get arrested and don't let them call you uncompromising radicals. Thank you very much.
Find the drone.
I've been taking this up now. You're going to
So the police department has come up with a compromise.
We're going to give them 1/3 of the park today, but look, next Saturday, come out. Come out. I want the world to see that we can compromise. But next Saturday, bring everyone you know, bring blankets, because I tell you what, the line in the sand has been drawn. They'll never get more than 1/3 of this park again.
So the police department came up with a compromise. Hey, Congressman Cohen, Tom Bailey with Commercial Appeal. I'm on Periscope. What do you think about this action today?
I think people have made their point, which is also my point, that there needs to be a compromise, but there needs to be a solution to the parking. And people can park in the neighborhoods, and the zoo should work with the neighborhood and the community to see that this land is left for parkland. What's happened today, parking people on the other side where they never parked before, was a wrong move by the zoo. But I think that the protesters, by agreeing to compromise today and let it go to 1/3 and not have any arrests, have made a smart move too. I think that they have made a point that there are a great number of Memphians, not just Evergreeners, that find parkland should be for people and should not be used for parking.
What do you think about the civil disobedience this morning?
I think it's really marvelous to see it. It shows the outpouring of depth of feeling people have for the park. Parks are public spaces, and they need to be here. You know, what we've seen nationally with Trump and Bernie Sanders is people revolting against things that are against the people in terms of taxation, in terms of policies, in terms of regulations. This is the same type of outpouring. This is where a park, which is for people to have who don't have the luxury of a home in Aspen to go to or a country club to be at, can come out and have some green space. This green space has been here for over 100 years. It needs to remain forever sacred and doesn't need... Now, I understand the temporary parking. Temporary is one thing. A solution needs to be taken, and the zoo needs to work for a solution and get the people the cars off this land.
What'd you say? Where do they park new today? I didn't see that.
Right over here, over in that land right on that side. And they had never parked on that part of the greensward.
What area is that called? You live across the street from it, don't you?
It's parallel to Maury Moss Lane.
Okay.
And it's on the entrance to the park. And they've never parked there ever, and they agreed years ago not to park there ever.
Was that the first? Is that where they started parking at first this morning, or was it in response?
I don't
to
know.
this?
I think it was. I really don't know.
Gotcha. Do you have a? What's your solution? Permanent solution to this?
It's between the mediators, and hopefully the city council and mayor will follow what they come up with, and hopefully they'll come up with a solution. But you've got to go through process, and the process is occurring. And Richard Smith is obviously the star. He's the person who's mediating on behalf of the zoo, and I think Richard's a fine person, and they need to come up to a solution pretty soon. In the short term, there's going to have to be some overflow parking, but hopefully not like it was like last few days, going all the way out to Rainbow Lake and covering up the entire greensward. But they need to come up with a solution. There's areas in the zoo which the Overton Park Conservancy have agreed that they could make parking a little bit of land, make 100 spaces. There's redesigning the parking lot. There's better control of the parking lot here. There's parking on North Parkway. There are lots of possibilities, and I think Looney and Rick's Kiss will make some proposals, and hopefully they'll be enacted.
So you woke up this morning, did you know this was happening, or did you just see the commotion?
I knew it was going to happen. I heard the music, and I thought I'd come over, and I was doing a radio interview with Kevin Cerritos, and I saw him parking over here, and I've just kind of tried to remain as a negotiator to try to bring about a solution, but that just drove me over the brink, because they violated their word to me as a former board member of the zoo for about 15 years, and it just happened, just picked it up. I've got my zoo member board shirt from the 80s. I was on the zoo board for years. They negotiated with me, and they were never supposed to park there, and they broke their word. They crossed the Rubicon.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Jay.
Good to see you. 2 Saturdays in a row.
Okay, that'll wrap it up, at least for right now. The police came up with a compromise that I believe seems to be generally accepted, that instead of the zoo using most of the greensward for parking today, they would go back to the previous long-time standing border of using about a third of the greensward. That was the compromise that was accepted by the leaders of the civil disobedience this morning, and we'll just have to wait to see if that compromise is fully accepted. It wasn't the compromise proposal of the zoo; it was the compromise proposal of the police.